Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump into Ready to Love. I believe this is episode 4. It's time for a male to go home. So Tommy meets up with the ladies. They do their little round table and he says it's time for y'all to go out on some dates. I need you all to ask them some serious questions and to dig deeper. It's now time for you to know some deep things about these gentlemen and to make a very hard decision on who should go home. I already told y'all he should have went home episode 1. He got to live a little bit last week, but y'all already know who went home. But let's go through these dates really quickly. I just kind of want to talk about the key dates that interest me and the connections I see forming. Up first, Vernisha and Joel. I like them. Both of them. Is Vernisha wasn't one of my star players, I don't think. I think I had Ida, Tressa, and Liz. But Vernisha can take Ida's star. I like Vernisha and Joel. Or is it Joel? I don't know. They just, to me, make a cute couple. They seem to be on the same playing field of life, like careers, raising children, want a partner to raise children and to enjoy life with. Like, I don't see either one of them really like, oh, I want to pop out more babies. And like, I see them being on the same playing field of life and wanting to build where they are and just to have someone to enjoy life with. I like them. He told her something about he liked how she played motherhood. I'm assuming he means it because like the card, I think he meant I like how she played the card she was dealt. Like, yes, you have 3 children. I don't know if it's one man or how many baby daddies, but you're not with the father for whatever reason, but you still what you had to do to be an excellent mother. And he pretty much is doing the same. Like, I have twins. I didn't set out to be a single dad, but you know, God's will has to be done. He lost his wife and now he's a single dad. He had to play the cards he was given. He said that the death of his wife has changed him. He doesn't know if that is for the good or the bad, but he has definitely been changed. I'm sure that would change anyone. He says he's ready to date. A tiny part of me feels like he's not. I feel like he's ready to move forward in life in the dating field, but I feel like whoever he dates next will probably be the rebound, like the get my feet wet type of date. And I don't want that to be Vernisha. I don't see him leaving this scenario ready to love. I see him ready to just get back out there. Good or bad, that might be what Vernisha is looking for. And I feel like if they take it extremely slow paced, it could work out in the long haul. But I like those two probably the most right now. I like them the most together. Up next, Troy and Alexis. I don't like Troy at all. I didn't like him episode 1. He could have went home episode 1. I feel like they should have gave, is his name Christian, the shy one who they said wasn't assertive enough. I'd rather date a shy guy than someone who is a creep. I'd rather date someone who may have, similar to me, a wall up and maybe needs to get to know you 1 or 2 occasions, maybe 1 or 2 of those group events before you see the true Angie. I would have rather them give him a chance than I would have rather them gave Khalil a chance. Like, y'all could have ironed his clothes. Like, y'all could have hooked Khalil up with an iron. I would have rather you gave either one of those gentlemen a chance over a creep who just wants to come up and kiss on women and flash his credit cards. Like, that makes our panties melt. No. Many of us have our own fucking credit cards. If we want to go on vacation, we can go. We got a slew of girlfriends to go. We don't need you to pay for us to go to Cancun, boo. But anyway, Alexis let him know, like, you've been telling a lot of ladies you gonna take them on trips. And you've been giving a lot of forehead kisses. And he was like, no, I haven't. And then we get to see the clip. Now, mind you, Alexis is here for Troy. I feel like Alexis was here for Troy. She here for his credit cards and on her panties. Alexis would have gladly went to Cancun with the man for her birthday. I feel like Alexis' face was cracked when she found out it was other women. Because the way she said, like, oh, girl, yeah, he gonna take me to Cancun for my birthday. Oh, he said that to me, too. That's when her face cracked. Like, she was here for it until she found out she wasn't the only one. And to me, I'm not here for it. Like, to me, that's a red flag when you want to do too much too fast. Because I feel like you just trying to buy me. You trying to see if you can get me with your coins instead of getting to know me. But hey, his number is coming up quick at the end of this episode. And it was funny to me how he was like, I didn't kiss you. And she was like, you just kissed me when I walked up to this date. He was like, I didn't kiss you. And I'm like, see, I couldn't deal with the foolishness. But let's move on. Up next, Amber and KG. She calls him Chris, but I'm going to forever call him KG because I like the way KG Smooth sounds. And I know that's his radio name, but I like KG. They went boxing, and I love boxing. I want to get back into it. I was a member of this boxing gym where I would go to classes, but it's so freaking expensive. It's not like LA Fitness where you pay $30 a month and you can go to all the classes you want to. Like, it was like $80 a week, and they hit your bank account every 2 weeks. And I'm like, damn, I can't be paying. It's damn near a car note, $80 a week. It's as much. And I was like, I was only going twice a week. Like, maybe if I went every day. Get out your head, love. Talk about the show. But I do love the boxing classes. I like that they did that. I really am starting to like them together. I'm happy to see them have more in-depth conversations because at first it seemed like she had her eyes on KG, but KG only warmed up to her because she wanted to split a mortgage. Like, she was cool with you splitting bills. So he was like, oh, I ain't got to worry about paying all her bills. Okay, I'll talk to her. That's the way it came off, that episode. But they both have interesting background stories that they bonded over. Like, she was adopted at 5, and she said just a year ago she met her biological sister that she was separated from at 5. And that's so sad. I hate to hear the cases where the siblings are separated. And you would think even if the siblings were separated that the individual families would try to keep them together. I don't know. It's just really sad when I hear the siblings are separated and they meet years later. But I was happy that she got to meet them. And then KG was like, well, my daddy got 11 kids by 9 different women. And of course, I ain't know all them. And one year I went to the family reunion and said, let me just get to know the rest of my brothers and sisters. And I was like, damn. That's one of them Ayala episodes where she had the men up there who had all them damn kids, but all these damn women. I don't want to go down that hole because that's not KG's story. That's his daddy's story. So let's move on. But it seemed like they bonded over that. And she felt comfortable enough to tell him that she's the district attorney. And I'm like, girl, you better go, girl. I'm starting to warm up to Amber. She was not one of my favorites, as you know, from the casting special. But I'm starting to like her. And I want to see where they continue to take this. Stacy and David went to a Pilates class. Off top, Stacy looks like she has no interest in David, no chemistry with David. I don't know why she chose to invite him or he chose to invite her. I don't know. They don't look like they were interested in each other. They were just coming together. The key conversation they had, which leads on to other conversations at the end of the episode, is David is the type of man who feels like if you're married, there's no secrets, no privacy. Like, if you my wife, I should have the key to your phone, the passwords to your social media, and you can have mine. And Stacy wasn't feeling that, and I'm not feeling that either. She's like, it's the difference between security and privacy, however she said it. And I totally 100% agree. Like, if it ever comes to a point in your marriage that you need to look through your spouse's phone to see what they're up to, what they're doing, the trust is already gone. So whatever you go looking for, you already have it in your intuition that is there. So if I already am at the point where I don't trust you and I need to find out what you're doing, it's a red flag that I don't have to go find out. We have to talk. There's an issue in our marriage. It's something going on where you're doing something that makes me distrust you, that I now want to go find proof. I don't want to go through all that shit. Like, I don't. And it was a meme that went around a little while ago where it says women don't want you to have the password to their phone, not because they cheating, but because they talking shit. And I was like, that's true tea. That's 100% facts. Like, everyone has a point in their marriage where they partner get on their last effing nerve. And you texting your good girlfriend, this motherfucker get on my nerve. He ain't do this, he ain't do that. And we just argue about this and argue about that. And girl, you see my side of the, where you just talking cash, money, shit on the text messages. And the next day, you and your husband done had some good makeup sex and you over the shit. But you still got the talking shit text messages in your phone. For whatever reason, you don't want to delete them. I know I don't delete them because I like having the history of my text threads, and I can't figure out how to delete individual texts without deleting the whole thread. So I just leave shit in there. Who cares? But I don't want my husband to go back a month ago and be like, oh, she was talking shit. So trust me, like, I ain't got nothing with no other men in my phone, so I'm not worried about that. But I do talk shit on my phone, and that meme was just funny to me. And I like my privacy. I ain't here for it. I know a lot of married couples who even share social media, like their social media be first, they're both of their first names, and that's the whole account. And I'm like, what's the fun in that? If there's that type of insecurity on the base level of a marriage where I have to be that open, where I have to share everything, and there's never going to be any trust, that you can't trust me to be social on social media, I don't want to be in that type of marriage. That's just not going to gel with my personality. That's probably one of the top 3 things that I love about my husband the most. I know I said it plenty of times before, is that he lets me be me. We are 2 completely opposite people that mesh well together. I'm more social. I'm definitely more into social media. I'm definitely not a homebody. I like to be out with my girlfriends and stuff like that. And it's like, fly baby bird, fly. Like, I don't have to check in, ask permission, none of that. Like, if I have to do that, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I remember we had counseling at the beginning of our marriage, and they were like, that independence that you got is going to be the downfall of your marriage. And I'm like, no, it's not, because I'm marrying someone who likes an independent woman. So, I don't know. But moving on from David and Stacy, could you all do that? Could you all give all the locks and keys and the passwords to all your social media and the phone? I feel like it's unnecessary. You should have trust. Moving on. A double date with Alexis, Liz, Jason, AJ. It looked fun because I do like playing cornhole, but it seemed like everyone there was not a vibe. Jason is not interested in Alexis. Like, he tells her, I just can't get past seeing the parent. Like, I can't get past seeing you as a parent and someone who I should date. Fly girl, he's not interested in you. He says, I wrote in my notes, he's sitting a mile away from her. Like, you can't see my whole couch, but like, he's sitting all the way on the opposite end of the couch. And she's like, oh, my love language is spending quality time. Why don't you come a little bit closer? And he's like, and he moves like an inch. Look at, that's my son, y'all. He out there acting like he know everybody in the neighborhood. Just go on, get in the car. But Jason's not interested in Miss Fly Girl, and she needs to pick up on the cues that he's not interested. Liz talks to AJ. Liz is Miss Mother of the Church, and she's talking to the playboy who wants to sleep with everybody in the choir that plays the organ. I've been in that type of scenario. I'm not saying that is all. Liz and them have a conversation about she's celibate. I said, Liz, you're celibate. AJ is not. I don't care how much you try to talk to him and convert him into your mind. All he's going to do is cheat on you. So just leave this man alone. Point blank, period. Y'all are not compatible. So let's move on. Ron and Chrysanthemum. I said she's a Naya 2.0, but at least she's honest. She looking for somebody who can provide and protect. He's looking for someone he can provide and protect for. He's like, providing is easy. The money ain't nothing. I'm looking for someone to sit in his house and have these kids and quit their job and wash these dishes and fold these clothes. Can you do that? Providing ain't nothing. Ron would be a red flag for me. Every woman is different. Girl, if you like it, I love it, and I want you to have it. Ron is a red flag for me. Ron gives me Marceau vibes. He gives me, I want to be the provider of the family because I want my wife locked in the house so I could be out in the streets. I want someone who I can control. I want someone to pop out these babies and not have no kind of career so she can't leave me because she don't work. That's the vibe I get. Now, is it old school? Yes. I mean, I have plenty of friends. Like I said, everyone is different. I know people who wish they could sit up in a scenario where they could have been stay-at-home mothers and just take care of their kids and their husband or a partner worked. I know people who wanted it to be set up like that and it just didn't work out in their cards. That's why it's my review. I'm not mad at it if that's where they want to take it. And hey, they a perfect fit if you ask me then. Naya, you missed the season. You needed you a Ron. Someone who ain't mind paying all your bills. And it's something amazing. And like, I don't mind it either. I don't think any woman minds someone paying all their bills. But I just don't. I still remember the conversation he had with the other flight attendant where it was like, yeah, you can have this baby, but you're going to quit your job and you're going to sit in this house and you're going to take care of these kids. It wasn't like it was an option for him to have an independent woman. Like, he wants someone who's dependent on him. That's the vibe I got. But it seems like that's what Chrysanthemum wants too. Let's move on to David and Liz. They're a perfect match on paper. Like, they both love the Lord. Their values are rooted in church. You can clearly tell that. And it's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that no one else doesn't have values rooted in church, but you can just tell that's what they 100% lead with. They're both celibate. They both want to wait to have sex into marriage. And that's a hard thing to find, two people that want to be celibate, because most people are not, especially most people in their 40s. They both are open to giving each other the passwords to their phone. Like, she seems like whatever he's talking about and his insecurity of needing to be in your business, she feels like married people shouldn't have no privacy. Whatever. On paper, Liz and David should be married by now. Like, go ahead and get the ring. But it's still something about David that I don't trust. David gives me I love type of vibes. David gives me, I just want to go out there, fall in love. But when it's time to actually work in the relationship, work at the love, he gives me, I fall out of love fast too, just so I can move on to another honeymoon stage. At the end of the day, Tommy meets up with all the ladies. They talk about their tops, their bottoms. My whole time is, where was Tressa? Where was Dietrich? Like, we saw none of those two all episodes, not even in a group date. I did not see Tressa at all, and I didn't see that Dietrich at all. I thought they wanted to go to the spice shop together. I guess they were boring. The bottoms two were Troy and David, and Troy went home. Good. David can go next. Like, I really don't trust none of these men. I only see it for Joel and Jason. I didn't get to see any Kyra. I don't think I saw Kyra any dates either. So I'm hoping, let's weed some more people out so we can get to see more connections. Because the only true connection I see right now is Vernisha and Joel. But anyway, like, comment, share. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode. And I will see you all next week for Ready to Love. Bye.